Welcome guys to kind of a short showcase build guide to Energy Blade Custom Crit Inquisitor. I thought of making like a full video, but it was taking too long. Then I also forgot many things and I don't want to do it again, so I decided I will showcase you what I was farming with this build in a budget setup, and I will link like all the important stuff in the description. So I removed the expensive gear, the gloves. They were cheap, but now they are 7 or 8 divines, so removed. Custom crit, removed. We are using 2120 normal one. And the natural instinct, even though it's not that expensive, it's less than 2 divines, but I removed it as well. If you want to use it in your setup, so you unspect these 2 nodes and you put it here. Ideally you want to put it here, but whatever. I'm playing a scuffed build. It's not optimized whatsoever. You can see the gear in POE. The jewels, you ideally use path of building with jewel search to optimize damage or to cover your resistances, maybe to get some stats. So whatever your needs are, you can use a path of building, or you can get another split personality. For the Watcher's Eye, I'm using block spell damage. You can use discipline mods, so whatever auras you have, you can find a good Watcher's Eye jewel for 1 divine. As for Timeless jewel, I'm using Onslaught and Maximum Life. I bought it for 2 divines. I saw exact same number today for 1 divine. There is, I believe, with this combination on these 2 nodes, you can find 7 or 8 different jewels, but you can also search for other stuff. They have resistances if you need them, increase the effect of non-cursed auras, and some other useful stuff. Just use the website to find it. I'm unspecking our node, so we are level 85. We have some stats from the level, but whatever. Yeah, we're level 3 wise, we are level 95. As for the gear, everything is very cheap. You need a one-handed weapon with Abyss socket, and you want corrupted blood and maybe some other good stats. Cannot be cursed with silence. Maybe you find all attributes, maybe you find phasing on kill, maybe you find strength, intelligence, whatever. This one I bought for 30 chaos. They're a bit expensive now with stats, but you don't need them. Rings, I bought them for 20 or 30 chaos. I just looked for resistances, life, and stats. So rings were cheap. If you want to, if you already have for some reason good rings, you can use instead of topaz flask, you can use a bismuth flask for resistances, and then you would play quicksilver. So as for the ivory tower, ideally the 6 links with good stats are 4 divines. Ideally you would buy an unlinked one and then socket and link it yourself with the beast craft. The beasts are, so the one you need is less than 2 divines. So, and the rest of the gear is quite cheap. And the Cyclopin coil, you don't need a perfect one. You can get like 14% increased attributes with good life roll, and then make quality attributes yourself. As Remington is cheap. Gloves 5C. You can also look for increased attack crit chance, but since we are using increased critical strike supports, you just can have a normal one. And 15 block chance on shield. So, quick summary of the gear. Also, there is another flask I have. If I run a map with a reflect, elemental damage reflect, I use this flask, and you also can roll 3% of life regen on it instead of damage reflect. But most of the time I just have You reduce the effect of curses combined with Soul of Yugul passive. It's 95%, and I'm running Soul of Lunaris. As for the Pantheons, you can use whatever you want, whatever you need. Now, as for the map, I'm rolling for more maps, at least 100%. I run most of the mods. Some of them are very rippy. Obviously, I don't run particular mods. I will list them in the description. These are the Scarabs. This is the tree. You can take a screenshot, you can optimize it. It's not fully optimized. They have some Scarab nodes, map nodes. Basically, I'm using a Delirium orb and we are using Beyond. And obviously what is important, you want to have these nodes to get new maps. And all increased explicit modifiers which are there. And another important part, since we are on a budget build, you also want to use Shrines. Shrines is our main kind of quality of life part on the tree. You can remove some other nodes, but these are very important for the farm. So I actually forgot to use Delirium Orb. Let's use one. If you feel strong enough, you can use more, but I think one is enough. We use Domination craft option on a map device, and let's see. So, according to Wealthy Exile, my profit is like 17.5 divines an hour, and that considering I'm running maps for 4 minutes, and it's like usually this is the most I run a map. So with the shrines, if I get an acceleration shrine, the map takes me like 2 minutes, so it's very fast. This is the most important thing here. This build is also quite okay for bossing, so you can clear your Atlas completely with no issues. Probably with the budget setup without awakened custom crit, you would run feared with like easy modes, or maybe just do a white run of the feared. So this is obviously feared. So let's see what buffs do we have. Crystal rarity. Yeah. I also will show you my Merc Setup, which is quite cheap. Doesn't use anything expensive, so of course this almost killed us. Let's actually check the mods after this. I'm usually full on my energy shield, and I usually don't take any kind of damage until the map is crazy. If you have Fizz as extra, some other modes, some annoying modes like Volatile Force, which can one-shot you, like Cirrus, Shit on the Ground, Search and Exalt, regen, this will get annoying, but it's doable. So again, I will list some undoable modes in the description, but most of them fine. And usually when I prepare maps, I do like 40 maps, for example, and it's very rarely I get 100% the mods I want, and I get like impossible mods which I can run. So map rolling is good. Of course, if you want to make like other strats with risk Scarabs, and the build looks struggle probably. It's like it's 12 mods, and certain mods will break your build, so yeah. But other strats are fine. And this one is quite, I'd say it's quite chill. I mean, the profit seems quite high, but again, I did 100 maps and it was consistent. Unfortunately, I don't have that time, so I can't do like 1,000 maps. But you know, you get some lucky drops here and there. Sometimes you can get like a very good this stuff, like for quantity, for rarity. Sometimes you can get like a headhunter ability and you would run map faster. Or like in this map we got explosion. Well, it also gave us those, and we can use the map. It's like mid-tier map. We got some 8 mods. We got one originator's memory, some scarabs. Just a default map. And 8 tiles. So let's look at the Merc, Cast, Replica, Charity, Blunderbore, Percul Store, Wake of Destruction, Calm Spiding, Asana Touch, Deadly Stamin to get the Temporal Chance Curse, as well as Elemental Weakness and Blind on Hit. The Merc Setups is up to you. You can find whatever you want. You obviously can use a minus lightning resist, or you can use a chest from Cortex to get crit immune. But I love this one because it gives us haste and it curses enemies with temporal chains, and we also have some explosions. So I guess this is it. The important information you will find in the description. Once again, the build is very cheap. It feels nice. You can do bossing, you can do general mapping. This is my profit from, let's say I've done not 100, I've done like 80 or 90 maps with this strategy. And I mean, obviously this is not everything. I have some Valda boxes, I have some keys, I have a lot of maps left, some other currency. I have like 33 sanctuary maps. In this round we didn't get one, but in my last 40 maps you see I almost get 40 sanctuary maps. So, but on average I would say it's like a little one, and for one sanctuary map you need to run 1.5 strand map. It's also very good profit. But the main point of the video is to show you that the build is quite strong and it's in fact very cheap. Your most important upgrade would be Awakened Custom Crit, then you would go for the rings, and when your setup is full you can look for the jewels. A natural instinct, like check POE Ninja, how people are gearing, what are they using, and eventually you will stop because this build doesn't scale that well further. Instead you would go for intelligence darker build with mage blood and rare instacking amulet, or maybe you would go for a penance brand build. But basically these builds cost, a penance brand would cost you multiple mirrors, and instacker, I don't know, maybe 2, maybe 3 mirrors. But anyway, thank you for the attention. It was quite a scuffed video. I just wanted to show you for the people who are late into the league, just beginning, or don't have much time to play as myself. So good luck, exiles.